We are here in Delhi NCR to stretch a litre of diesel. Well, 50 litres of diesel to be precise. From this Renault dealership is going to be the start of a mileage marathon where we drive a Renault Lodgy all the way to Mumbai on just one tank of diesel. Now, it's not going to be easy, but this is going to be a true test of the fuel efficiency of the Renault K9K engine, the range of the Renault Lodgy, and the expertise of our drivers. How much can they actually squeeze out of every litre of diesel, and can they make it to Mumbai?
The key purpose of MPV is people movement. And especially in a country like ours, which is vast in length and breadth, its range becomes very, very important. And today, if you see, people are very sensitive even towards their fuel. They like to get their fuel filled from a particular tank of a particular grade. So as long as an MPV is providing a great range, it always helps.
So the stage was set. The chariot for the drive was the Renault Lodgy RXL, powered by 85 horses on the K9K 1.5-litre diesel and a 50-litre fuel tank. With a fresh set of 185 by 65 Apollo tyres, the Lodgy was all set for the journey. The plan was to cover the near 1400 kilometers in 4 stretches, driving through the night to beat the traffic and the oven-like summer days. Manning the wheel would be Autocar India's road tester, Rahul Kakar.
So we're finally on the road. We've started from Delhi. It's 2 a.m. right now. Essentially, we've started early to ensure a smooth exit out of the city. We've driven this route a lot of times before, and it's always full of truck traffic. There are a lot of tolls en route. We're hoping that we clear all these tolls and don't encounter too much traffic en route.
The real challenge here was to keep focused and keep a steady pace, which can get boring on such long stretches. Throttle modulation was key. A light foot is critical, especially reducing the input on declines and increasing it ever so slightly on inclines. Overtaking involves precise judgment as well, and I had to ensure that the revs kept hovering around the 1000 RPM mark at all times. It all boiled down to maintaining a smooth momentum.
It's very easy to cruise in the Renault Lodgy. The 1.5-litre K9K motor is very torquey. It does about 50 kph at a very low 1000 RPM.
The sun brought with it the heat, something that I was trying to get used to, since I couldn't really use the air conditioner. Using it would only increase the load on the engine, and that would affect our fuel consumption. But respite was in sight, as we managed to reach our first pit stop at around 9:30 a.m.
So 250 kilometers already outside Delhi. We are on the outskirts of Jaipur, and the fuel display hasn't moved at all. We're still on full. There's a long distance still to go all the way to Mumbai, so fingers crossed.
On day 2, things started falling into rhythm, and I was driving 5 to 6 hour stretches easily.
We're back on the highway. We started from Jaipur, from the outskirts of Jaipur, heading towards Udaipur now. It's about approximately 400 odd kilometers of driving, so we're hoping to reach sometime in the morning. A big advantage on the Renault Lodgy mileage run is that we're using the Golden Quadrilateral, which is a 4-lane divided highway with really good surface of roads.
Yes, comfort took a back seat, but I knew that our plan was working beautifully.
So 900 kilometers down, we've reached Vadodara, and 400 kilometers more to go to reach Bombay. It's only 1 bar of fuel down, and the Lodgy's been doing really good, and we'll definitely make it to Bombay in 1 tank of fuel.
We had the challenge in the bag, but then a new idea dawned. Just how much could we stretch the fuel to? And that thought fueled my discipline through the night, as I kept the light throttle and steady revs even though it was the home stretch. Finally, a grueling 10 hours later,
I'm at the Dahisar toll and we are in Mumbai officially. The Lodgy's consumed only 3 bars of fuel all the way from Delhi to Mumbai. The fuel status still shows well over half tank, and now to remove the seal and check what the actual KPL is.
I drove into the petrol pump and began the final checks. The auditors from Ernst & Young validated that the seal hadn't been tampered with and the fuel was filled in to calculate just how much we'd consumed. What went in was only 32.91 liters, which is what I'd used in effect. That means overall fuel efficiency was an astonishing figure of 42 kpl. Mission more than accomplished.